Hey you guys, it's Marianne, and I just wanted to give you a heads up about week 5. This is going to be short and sweet, but the two main assignments you guys got going on today, or this week, are the cemetery projects, and the other one is the feedback evaluation assignment. So those are the main two that we got going on. We also have a direct vote quiz, video and quiz. Of course, practice writing terms. Of course, practice your commas. Your spruce up this week is demonstrative pronouns. That means if you have a sentence and you say, "This is why it's so pretty out," you have to have a noun after the this. What is the evidence that you just mentioned? Is it, you have to have a noun after that demonstrative pronoun. This, that, these. So just take a quick look at that. Stephen John Thompson talks about community. I put on the announcements page why we do peer workshop. Not only does LCC buy into peer workshop, and so as an employee, I am required to provide peer workshop, but it also provides a sense of community, and research shows that when the class has a sense of community, people actually care about each other, and the rates of student success are much greater. The other reason is because you get to find out or identify ways to improve your own essay. So, and then really the other option is you don't get to have just one person's view of your paper. You have many people looking at your paper, which can only benefit you as a writer. So this week I did things differently. I did a week 5 checklist. So just click that and then it will show you every little thing that you have to do. I think it's going to be like a little more streamlined, so that you can just click off what you've done, which hopefully is helpful to you. At least I hope so. And let's see here. Let's go back to the cemetery project. So the cemetery project is where you're going to go out into a cemetery, and if you click the rubric and the explanation, this is a video explanation and this is the rubric, and what will pop up when you click the rubric is this 6-page thing, and I'm so sorry, but I just want to be as clear as I possibly can. And then that video also, so this is the video that I just showed you on the other week. It's the same thing. So throughout the semesters, I've given students a personal introduction, like a fresh introduction of me going out into the community and doing the cemetery project, just like you would. I haven't done it yet, but hopefully I can get out there and post that video for you because it's so pretty out. I gotta go out there, you know. This is just for fun. I was running the other day and I came across this came up on my feed, and it talks about a cemetery, which I thought was kind of cool. And then this article also talks about a young lady, and I think it's Australia, who cleans graves for community. You know, it's not even community service. It's just a kind thing to do, which I thought it would be kind of cool too. And then what you're going to do after the cemetery, visiting the cemetery, is create a multimodal project. So it's 4 steps, really. You're going to email Lori Prey or her son Tyler. I've already talked to them. They are in Charlotte. I've already talked to them. They've already done this. And you're going to ask them some burial questions and some funeral practice questions that have been throughout the times, like back in the day and what they're like now. The purpose of this is purpose of the whole project is to make inferences. When I say make inferences, what I mean is in your papers, you come to your own conclusions, your own deductions. You make inferences. You put one fact and another fact, and you come to a logical conclusion. Are you always right? Nope. But if it's solid facts here, and you use some solid logic, come to that conclusion, chances are it's going to be an accurate assumption. But in your research papers, you have to show your own thoughts and commentary. And it can't just be reciting what everybody else says. No, they're supposed to support what you say. So, or conflict with what you say, so you can offer an opposing view. So anyways, this cemetery project is an expanded version of making inferences. I'm trying to make it very, very, do it all the time. We make inferences all the time, but I just wanted you to see this, the intricate, not even the intricate steps, just the elementary steps that are made or done when you make an inference. So, and then you're also going to do some research on your own by going out online. Don't go any more than 30 minutes, please. Just quickly get these dates so that you have them fresh in your mind. You can answer any of these. That's fine. You can answer any of these. So what you're going to do is get a fact, get another fact, and make an inference. So a headstone has a U.S. flag next to it. Okay, think about this. I'm in the cemetery. I see a headstone. I see a flag. The deceased person was born. The dates on the headstone were 1898, and he died in 1917. Okay, so those are facts. World War I occurred from 1914 to 1918. Okay, the man died in World War I. So that's the conclusion. And you can look at the age that he might have been in 1917. He would have been at the perfect age of being a soldier. Like, he wasn't 65, he was 21 or thereabouts, and so you come to these conclusions. Here's another one that's just easy. Babies, we know a fact, babies spit up. We see personal observation, which is a very, very credible. We see a woman who has spit up on her shirt. We don't know for sure, but the woman is a mother, or at least takes care of a child. Your car was outside in the rain. That's a fact. Your observation is that your car hood has water beaded on it, and somebody waxed your car, or your car is waxed. One of the two. That's your conclusion. It doesn't say that a big sign, this car was waxed. Nope. But it could mean that your car is waxed, because the wax makes the raindrops bead up. So you're going to make 5 inferences. The inferences are portrayed or exhibited in a multimodal format. You have to provide proof that you were at the cemetery. If you want me to meet you at the cemetery, we can do it on the lowdown, because I don't know how strict LCC is, but I would be happy to meet you at the cemetery. So just give me a heads up, and I'd be happy. We can set up a time. And then you're going to email Lori or Tyler, but say Miss Prey, or I don't remember what the boy's name is, the man, Tyler Prey. I wasn't sure. But the multimodal project could be an illustrated essay, could be a website or a blog. I've had many, many students do a website or a blog. Do a wiki. Do an audio essay, and that could just be you walking around making inferences. I've had students do that too. Video essay, that's the ones I've done in my videos, up above where I show you like what I do. Those are video essays. And then a narrated PowerPoint. Don't just give me a PowerPoint. That's pretty lame. You got to narrate it and record yourself narrating it. Or you do a podcast. I had 3 young ladies do podcasts, and they talked about, they had like, it sounded like they were all sitting in like a triangle, and they were interviewing each other about what they saw, and it was just really cool. I thought it was pretty cool. So anyways, so here are some examples of inferences. The 75 points, you need 5 inferences. Inferences portrayed in a multimodal format, and you got to CC me when you email Lori Prey. Now remember, just ask, she's going to be bombarded by a lot of students, so just ask her 2 or 3 questions. The questions are down at the bottom. They're about funeral practices and burial practices from back in the day and now. And let's see here. Just make sure you do your professional email just like you guys did way back at the beginning of the semester. Here's some more videos. I think these are the same as up above. These are all me. Sorry, but they are. And if you have any questions, please let me know. So that's the cemetery project. If you know what, I just explained the cemetery project. I don't even know that you have to go to that video explanation, but you can if you want. And then the other one is feedback evaluation. All right, so we just finished the article reflections. You did how many? 5? No, you did 4. Okay, so what's the whole point? The whole point of those was to work on fundamentals, topic sentences, concluding sentences, writing a summary, introducing the text, and incorporating direct quotes and paraphrases. So you have received plenty of feedback on these things. So what you're going to do is make a Google Doc or a Word document. Make 2 columns, or I'm sorry, 3. You're going to put weaknesses and strengths, and then you're going to go through every single article reflection and every single piece of feedback that I gave you, and you're going to put the exact verbatim what I said in the column that it pertains to. If I told you something good, put it in strengths. If I told you something to work on, put it in weaknesses. And then you're going to, I got to change that to 3. And then, or do you? No, you only have to do 2. So, and then you're going to write 2 paragraphs. What are the patterns that you see? What are you doing continually wrong? What are you doing continually right? What patterns do you see? And then in the second paragraph, what are you going to do about this? What are you going to do with this feedback? I just don't do it for my health. I care about you guys. I want you to improve. That's what this class is all about. So where are you going to take this feedback from here on end? So those are the 2 main assignments, and I think that is about it. I hope you guys have a great day, and please don't hesitate to reach out.